I'm logged into the portal. Oh, I forget that email ID. Just up. What was our last exercise, sir? We have seen conditional split, right? Yeah. So now into the same. So I just opened my resource group and starting that ADF instance. So today I'm going to take only the short session. Today I'm going to explain about if-else activity. The conditional split can be done through if-else and also with the filter. Okay. So already with the filter you have seen the same process with the if-else, how to do that thing we'll see. I'm going to create a fresh pipeline. The pipeline name is if-else activity. Let's say if-else pipeline. Just as usual, I'm taking get metadata set. So for this, I'm going to add if-else activity. That means if condition. So generally, if it is if, if it has a true part, if it has a false part. If given expression or condition expression, always condition expression returns a Boolean value. If it returns a true, what activity should be executed? If it is false, what activity should be executed? Just I am connecting both the things. Let's configure a get activity first. Get metadata activity. As usual, regular data set I am giving, which is our source data set. The storage like 101 underscore source, which has multiple files within this. After that, come to the one more thing here, child items need to be configured. The child items. So the configuration from get metadata side is everything is completed. Come to the if condition. In case of if condition, you have options. So in general, it is asking only name and description. Go to the activities. In activities, you will see true part and false part. So if you look at our last example, we have applied two separate filters. One filter is for the file name starts with A. Another filter is for which are not starting with A. Same thing, instead of going for two separate filters, plan one condition in true activity. If that given condition got false, false activity, automatically that will be executed. See here, the condition, what we are going to give is, which is taking output of get metadata. That output it is taking. Got it. Within that output, your required values are in child items. Got it. Under child items, again you have name and type. Again, if you look at this, Azure portal got updated, little updated. When compared with yesterday, Azure portal got updated. If you are typing something, automatically it is giving some other activities here. Okay. So on that way, like you just check any condition like this. I'm not giving entire full condition, how to apply the condition. Just at a high level, I will explain today. Tomorrow we see complete practical part of it. See, on that way, just give any condition like this. Let me copy of all these things. Initially, it has given only this one. But within that output, a lot of fields will be there. For that dot child items. Within that child items, what you need? First of all, you need item of. Understand? Within the child items, like child items is a array. Within that array, you have a lot of other fields. So, but each element is a JSON record. To get that JSON record item, within that item, you have. I want to make sure whether it is starting with letter A or not. That's why starts with this function. Starts with this entire value. Whether this name is starting with letter A or not. This is what your condition. But only to apply the conditions, I have told you one thing. The @ should be given only for upper function. Understood or not? This is simply a condition. Whether your file is whether your file name is starting with A or not, just to check it. It has only two options. One is true or else false. If it is true, what activity you want? Suppose if it is configured, if it is true, what activity you want? Just copy activity over. And what is our source and what is our sink, you just configure here. Suppose as per our previous example, in the place of sink, container X. Suppose if the given condition got false, go to the false activity and copy this activity. So here source is same, but sink is container Y. On that way, we can apply the split activity. Okay. Here in the place of true, place copy activity. Source is same and configure sync as container X. In place of false, again one more activity, at least one activity should be there. That activity for the false activity. The source, same source, and configure container one. No need of this one. Without writing, if it is in the previous time, first you are applying filter. For the filter, you are applying for each. Okay. Here automatically it takes the bunch of the things like this. Okay. And also one more thing you to just try. Go back to your pipeline. A complete full-fledged configuration tomorrow class I will show you. Sir. Just an outline I am giving you. Just under if else I am coming to the activities. Go to the for each activity. I am trying to search for the activity called for each. What happened? Under if else for each is not available. Understand? So if else is allowing only single shot of activity, not iterator activity. Got it? For each, until, such kind of iterators will not be available. Got it? So whether it is available or not, you need not to go for the documentation or everything. Just under this if try a sub activity for each. Definitely for each is not available to you. If it is outside of the if statement, the for each will be available to you. Got it? And also let's do one more trial. So this is not complete full-fledged configuration. I'm talking about only if else. Okay. We try in a different way. I'm trying to remove this if else and trying to connect with for each. Now for each is available. Just I am connecting. Okay. Just try to configure this for each now. Go to the settings. Already you know about sequential and batch count. Items. Input should be configured for the items. The input is from output of get metadata. Dot child items. Okay. So this input it is taking. Okay. Now come to the activities part. I'm trying to plan if here. Now what is your understanding? So here I give you a condition. If condition true, directory number 1. If that means folder number 1. If condition false, I will apply the copy sync to the folder number 2. So instead of going for two separate filter paths, again for each filter separate for each we have applied yesterday in the last class. Instead of going for that, you can straight away go like this. One get metadata, one for each. For the for each, as a sub activity, if. Again under if, again there are two sub activities. In one activity, in true activity, give one copy. In false activity, give one more copy. Just only change sync. Got it? Remember, under for each, you can keep if activity. But under if, you cannot keep for each activity. Understood all of it? Okay, full-fledged exercise we will be seeing here. This is what simply about if condition. Here I will give sync number 1. Here I will change sync number 2. But in both the true and false, I give only copy activity. Got it? That way you can plan it. Okay. And one more activity I will be explaining you. Today we discuss only high level. Where is our notepad? wait activity. Wait means, you can configure waiting time before execution of next activity. Okay. Can configure waiting time. Generally, this time is in seconds. Before executing next activity. Basically, there are two advantages this wait activity. So generally, some activities, sir, whenever you are uploading data into some on-premise database or other different database, of course, you are triggering an operation called loading. But database point of view, your load is also one kind of transaction. Understand? Once all records are got loaded, commit will happen. Database side. When our commit is applied, some acknowledgement will be sent to the source application. Got it? Especially the activity got executed, but there might be some delay before getting. So to get that acknowledgement from the target databases. Okay. So that's why, like, what we wanted to do is, before execution of, suppose activity number one is load activity. Activity number 2 is maybe once loading is completed, after that reading data from that, some filter activity. On that way, you are planning something. But between them, I will configure some waiting time, maybe some 20 seconds, like this. But how much time to be configured based on the previous track of the. So generally, according to the behavior of that particular target database, within how many seconds the database is giving the acknowledgement. Okay. So generally, so from the database people who have gathered the information, generally the acknowledgement will be sent back to the source applications within 5 seconds or 6 seconds. You better plan it as waiting time as 10 seconds. Now load activity is completed. After that, it will wait for 20 seconds and then the next activity will be executed. This is one kind of advantage. Second advantage is just only to do testing. Only to do testing. A small example for this. You have a question whether my if-else activity is perfectly working or not. Okay. So suppose I have given some existed pipeline and you applied some condition in the true. You applied some condition. Whether that particular condition is perfectly validating or not, you want to check it. Your intention is only to check whether the given condition is working or not. In that case, what you do? Instead of keeping your original activity, okay, I'm just removing this. I'm just removing this. I'm just copying this if condition activity. And here I have given some condition. In the place of activities, here in the expression, I have given some activity. Some condition I have given. In the place of true part, I just give wait. Here wait time, I configure the wait time as 10 seconds. That's it. What is the name of this activity? Wait 1. Okay. Come back to the, again, pipeline. In the place of false activity, again wait I am giving. So what is the wait name here? Wait 2. I will configure the time maybe 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Now my if condition perfectly configured. Now I am running this. If I run this, the first activity is if else. if condition, but if condition has two activities, wait 1, wait 2. Suppose wait 1 executed, what is your understanding? Wait 1 executed. So that means condition became true. For example, in the next run, wait 2 executed. Your understanding is condition became false. Another way, just to test validation of that given condition, this wait activity will be used. Got it? Before proceed with further activities. Okay, before proceed with further activities, now we are checking only if condition activity, whether condition evaluating perfectly or not by using this wait activity. Got it? That is second advantage with the things. That means testing of current activity condition expressions. This is another advantage. Got it? Yeah. Now, one more activity I will highlight in a high level, that is lookup activity. You just check one activity. I'm going to take only lookup activity. Okay, the title for this activity is lookup number 1 because this is our first activity. Try to do some configuration here. In the settings, it is highlighting first row only. If I disable this, all rows, I'm going to select a data set, not the folder, not the container. Straight away, I'm going to select the data set. Our first data set is EMP. Where is that EMP? Please check it. Here, look at this. Already in the very beginning example, we have created one EMP data set for EMP file. Got it. Remaining options for now, I am not selecting. By default, first row only selected. Now I disable that. I'm going to execute this pipeline. My pipeline has only one activity. Just check what happens. Validation successful. Now it is under progress. Yeah, succeeded. What is the input for this lookup activity? That means one data set, employee data set. First, check the file of that employee data set. There is, yeah, here it is. Go to your data lake, which is storage lake 101. And you have container under that source. Under that you have EMP file. Just check the file data. Just click on this download. Open. This is your file data. The first line is header. Remaining some sample rows are there. Okay, there are 5 records. What are the activities you have seen previously? Whether copy data activity or get metadata activity, for each activity, all the previous activities could able to touch files, but not able to touch the data within the file. Understand the point? Now check the output of your lookup activity. Just click on lookup. Please tell me your observation. What is first record? 101 A 80,000 male level. Okay. First line is header. Based on the headers, the record is constructed. In which field you are, so look at the first field, count. Count means there are 5 records. What is the first record? First field, value. What is the data type of it? Array. Under that, each element is a JSON record. How to get that JSON record? By using item. I want only name. Item dot name. I want only department number. Item dot department number. Now lookup is your first activity. Second activity is if else. Third activity is filter. Now what you can do? You can process the data or not. Understand? That is advantage of the lookup activity. But lookup activity output in the format of JSON. Understand? So each record you want to fetch, apply the function item. From that record, particular field value, only salary you want. Suppose only salary value you want, sir, which is third field. Item dot salary. Suppose I want to apply a filter whose salary greater than 50,000. Only I want to take those records. At the time, you have to go for filter activity. Within the filter, your condition. If suppose for the lookup, I want to apply filter, sir. What you have to configure first? For the filter, first you have to configure input. Input is what? Activity of lookup dot output. Under the output dot value. Because your required data is in the field value. That is in the place of expression items. In the next condition, you have to give filter condition. The filter condition, item of salary greater than. Of course, greater than symbol you cannot apply. You have a function here. What is that function? Greater or equals. Greater or equals of item of dot salary, comma 50,000. That is your filtered condition. Now unnecessary records will be eliminated. Only condition matching records will be the output. After that, with that output, what you want to do next, you want to apply for each or if else, what activity you want to apply, you can apply. Got it? But this is not happening in the version 2. Okay. In version 2, such kind of all these operations will be using. For all these operations, we will be using data flows. Okay. This is version 1 style. But in version 2, you have powerful weapons. Those are data flows. Mostly from tomorrow onwards, I will start data flows. Once this if else activity, lookup activity output already have set. Once if else activity is complete configurations, once I have demonstrated, then immediately we will start data flows. Okay. So what difference you observed when compared with other activities and lookup? Suppose get metadata is touching all the files within a particular folder or container. But get metadata cannot touch data within the file. Understand? But I want to read data, not the file. I know already file name, but I want to read the data. At the time, lookup. Again, there are two things, sir. The interview question, how many lookups are there? In ADF, this is one interview question. Your answer should be 2. Number 1, lookup activity. Number 2, lookup transformation in data flows. In data flows, everything is a transformation. In high level, data flow is an activity. In that activity, transformations will be there. Lot of transformation. Same if else will be there. More powerful features will be there. Only from core activities side, you have to use only two things, sir. Get metadata activity for each activity. From core ADF activity side. Remaining options, remaining activities you need not to use because you have data flows. Got it. Okay.
Copy also.
Copy is important because we are working in what style? ELT style. Of course, without copy activity, in data flows also you have source and sink. You have source and sink. Got it? But instead of every time, instead of triggering your Databricks cluster, first raw data without cluster raw data, I am taking raw data from on-premise database, load into data lake. Once data came to the data lake, then I will start using data flows. Understand? On that way, the work style will happen. Got it? Okay, sir. For now, I am closing this session. For classroom people, I will give all these recordings. Sir, online team, I already have shared all the past records on 13th date and 14th date. Yesterday was 15th, class not happened. And today, this session, this high level overview session, I will share to you by afternoon. And tomorrow, we go deeper into these activities. Okay, we see more examples. Okay, sir. Thank you, all of you. Narendra, you please tell me your number.
Yeah, I will pin in the chat box.